Hey, what's going on? How's that hair look? I think we're looking okay. Alright, what's going on, everybody? If you haven't been here already, I'm Cody Lear. I do a lot of these sports videos, so if you want to keep checking me out, I'd appreciate it. Come on, come hang out with us. We love you. We love to have you here. You know what I mean, my friends? Today, I decided we're going to do yet another schedule prediction. Yesterday, we did the Detroit Lions. Definitely check that out. I will put that up top. Right her. And then, we gonna do the Pittsburgh Steelers. I want to kind of guess what they're going to do with Aaron Rodgers. I thought that this was a really fun one to do, especially with TJ Watt just getting paid. So we'll be able to talk about him just a little bit and how much difference he will make to that team. And I think that we have a little bit of a fun thing to do, right? Because we start off with them going to MetLife Stadium, Aaron Rodgers, 1v1, the New York Football Jets, while something gets knocked off the counter. And we're going to give them the dub. Yep, I said it. I don't love what the Jets did. I think that they're going to make moves in the right direction, but I don't love what they did just yet. You know what I mean? They did get an offensive lineman for Justin Fields. They obviously still have Garrett Wilson. They still have Breece Hall. Sauce Gardner got paid. They have a lot of things going in the right direction for them. I think it's going to take some time for this team to develop, and I think the Steelers are as good as you can probably get right now. They're probably going to be running a lot of twin tight ends with Pat Freiermuth, with Johnny Smith, and they're going to have DK Metcalf on that outside doing things business. And I believe the running back is Jalen Warren. I could be completely wrong in what they're doing over there, but I have a lot of faith in the Pittsburgh Steelers to get the W against the New York Jets. They're going to start the season off 1-0. They're going to head home against the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to give them the win here. Yeah, they're at home. I think that they can get this W as well. The Seahawks, I think that defense should be really good this year. In fact, I would definitely expect that team to be a competitor for the playoffs and everything like that. The only issue I have is I don't love the Sam Darnold signing. You know what I mean? I really like Jalen Milroe. I think maybe we will see him play a little bit down this line, but I really think that the Steelers have a better team than the Seahawks right now, as we're talking. Right now, with that defense, that offense, I think has a little bit of fun games to go on, and I think they take the Seahawks here. They're going to start off 2-0. They're going to head on the road, week 3, to the New England Patriots. This one's a tough one for me, but I'm going to give them a loss here. I don't know what it is about these New England Patriots, but I think Mike Vrabel's going to have this team humming a little bit. I don't know if it's a team that you think is going to go like 10 wins, 11 wins, 12 wins, but I think they're going to be fine. I like what they're doing. I like that they're building around Drake May. Will Campbell, I think, is going to start at offensive tackle. Really, really good guy as a cat jumps off the table. And, yeah, everything's going perfectly great. I think that they get a W against the Earth. They take the L to the Patriots. They start off 2-1, though. So they're still cooking right now. Week 4, they play the Minnesota Vikings at home. And I believe this game is in Dublin, if I remember correctly. This is a tough one, right? Because there's no home field advantage because this is a Dublin game. I think just based off of offense alone, and I don't know what the suspension will be like for Jordan Addison, I'm going to stick with a win here. Minnesota, I think, has a lot of good things, right? Brian Flores is a phenomenal defensive coordinator. Kevin O'Connell is a great offensive coach. I think TJ Watt's a difference maker in this, and I think that they get another win here. They start off their season 3-1. Things are looking up for them. And where do we go from here, right? We get a week 5 bye, and then week 6 we go to the Cleveland Browns at home. They will also collect a W here. They will start 4-1. I really don't love what Cleveland's doing. I think that I'm gonna obviously have to predict a couple wins for them when I finally get to them, because I know Cleveland can absolutely beat a couple teams. I don't think they can beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, at home at least. We may be talking on the road and expecting a loss there, but right now, man, I kind of like how their first start of the season starts off, right? 4-1. Then we had the Week 7, a Thursday night football game against the Cincinnati Bengals. They will take a loss here. Yeah, the main concern with the Cincinnati Bengals is their defense. but their offense is definitely nothing to scoff at. I don't think Steelers will be able to keep up offensively with them, and that's why the Bengals are going to get the first W right here. Obviously, the Steelers are still doing really good right now because they're starting off 4-2. Cincinnati, if they can get Trey Hendrickson back, if they can maybe convince Shamar Stewart to, hey, let's not hold out, bro. Why don't you come here? Join us, and we'll do things the right way. Then we're talking a little business here. We're talking just a little bit of business. But yeah, I'm gonna give Cincinnati that one. They're gonna start off 4-2 on the year, and they're staying home for a couple weeks, and they're gonna start with one with the Green Bay Packers. That's gonna be an L. I like Green Bay a little bit better. Looks like it's gonna be a Sunday night game. I think Green Bay is a better team overall than the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think Green Bay is going to take this one. Obviously, they're going to start off 4-3, though. The defense, I think, is going to be a little bit. It's going to be really good, right? But Jordan Love versus Aaron Rodgers, this is stuff that you write in history books. And we love that kind of thing. You know what I mean? But Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, and that little fun offense that they're going to have with like Matthew Golden. I believe they still have Christian Watson on the outside. You could put Romeo Doubs. You could put Jaden Reed. The Green Bay Packers have a fun team. I have to look at that predictions video I made and go, man, I put them in fourth just based off of just looks alone and thoughts alone. Bro, I might be crazy because I think they're gonna get another W here. Steelers start off 4-3, and they stay home to the Indianapolis Colts, and they're gonna take a win here, 5-3. Now, the Colts. Here's the thing. There's a little bit of bias here for me every time I talk about the Indianapolis Colts because I think that they are the worst place in the world. They're absolutely horrible. I don't like them at all. But are the Colts a good team? Yes. Their offense is just not enough for me to think that they can beat the Steelers. Their run game is going to be very good, but the Steelers have a very, very good run defense. And I think that they're only going to get better, especially with the guy they drafted out of Oregon. Yeah, I like the Steelers here, and they're going to start their season 5-3. Not bad at all, right? Week 10, we're going to have the Los Angeles Chargers on the road, SoFi Stadium. We're going to give the Chargers the win here. Looks like it might even be another Sunday night game. Dang, man, they give the Steelers a lot. They must knew Aaron Rodgers are coming. The Chargers are a team I overrate every single season, and it's because I don't know what it is. I always want Justin Herbert to be the guy. And there are times where he looked like, oh, I can be that guy. And there are times where he has let me down horribly. And last playoffs was definitely one of them because I predicted the Chargers to win. A little bit of hate towards Houston is why that was the case, but that's neither here nor there. Either way, Chargers are going to get a win here. Steelers are 5-4. At home to the Cincinnati Bengals. Ooh, it's a close call, isn't it? I'm going to give this one to the Steelers, I think. Yeah, and I know I said I think the Bengals will keep up, right? I believe that they will do just that. I think the home advantage might be enough just to do it, right? And I think the Bengals, while I think that they're going to be a really good team, there are just so many concerns over there. I think the Steelers will rebound from the loss earlier on in the season. They will come back. They will get a W against the Bengals and keep themselves moving in the right direction, right? Then they're going to go on a little bit of a run here, right? They're going to play the Chicago Bears at Soldier Field. Okay, I'm going to give this one to the Steelers as well. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Aaron Rodgers against the Bears, I mean, put your money on it. You know what I mean? I think that that's pretty cut and dry and why that is the case, right? I do think Caleb Williams will be great. I think that he's going to have a lot of things going well for him with Ben Johnson. I have a lot of faith in the Chicago Bears this year, but I really do think Steelers can beat them, and I think that's what they'll do here, right? That'll be their 7th win on the season, it looks like, yeah. And I think everything is just kind of going in the right direction here. Things are kind of looking up, right? They started off really well. They went 3-1, 4-1, and then things started to take a little bit of some steps back, right? I'm going to give them this win here against the Chicago Bears, and I'm not going to look back on it. Now, they're going to go on a bit of a spell here, right? They're going to take on the Buffalo Bills at home. I don't have a lot of faith that they can take Josh Allen at home. I think Josh Allen will take Acrisure Stadium, the former Heinz Field. Uh, I guess we can't catch up. Okay. But either way, I think the Bills will get the job done here. I really like what the Bills have. There's a lot of things that I have. And the thing is, it might be that I'm a little bit of a Bills homer just because of how good they are every single year. I think they're going to be fine again, and I think they're going to beat the Steelers here. Week 14, they're going to take on the Baltimore Ravens at M&T Bank Stadium. Baltimore Ravens will also take a win against them. See, Baltimore, the key with Baltimore is that I think that their running game is just going to be absolutely crazy, right? I kind of like what that team has. I don't love it, really. You know what I mean? And it's hard to say, because at this point, I just never know. Because Baltimore has these times where they're very inconsistent. And when they play the Steelers, for some reason, half the time they just cannot beat them, even though they are by far the better team. But when the postseason rolls around, they just beat them. They beat them good. They beat them bad. And that's just kind of how the thing goes. I think that Baltimore's going to be okay this year. I think they're going to be great this year. And I think they're going to get another W against those Steelers. Week 15, they're at home to the Miami Dolphins. And they're going to win this one as well, especially at Acrisure Stadium. Yeah, I think they're a better overall team than the Miami Dolphins, and I'm going to stick with that. And I think that they're going to get themselves yet another W, and I'm going to be okay with that. Very happy with it. Yeah, we're going to lock in that the Miami Dolphins are going to take another L to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And yeah, I think Steelers have that one pretty much in the bag. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, we'll lock that in, right? Week 16 on the road to the Detroit Lions. I'm going to give them a loss. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I gave them the loss here. Yeah. I hope I didn't backtrack, but either way, I think I'm pretty confident that the Lions can beat the Steelers. I think that their offense is a little bit better. We talked a little bit more about that yesterday. So, yeah, in that case, I think the Lions will beat them. I love Dan Campbell. He is probably my favorite head coach in the NFL. That's probably neither here nor there. That is pretty locked in. I think that they're going to lose to the Lions, but they have a little bit of good stuff happening right here, right? They're going to beat the Cleveland Browns on the road. At this point, the Steelers are like, hey, man, we have to start winning some football games, right? Because if not, our playoff hopes are done, right? And Aaron Rodgers is going to come here for no apparent reason whatsoever. They're going to beat the Cleveland Browns. They're going to beat them, and I'm pretty locked in on that one as well. Week 18, I expect Baltimore to have clinched at this point, so I expect the Steelers to beat them. And I believe, if I'm counting right, guys, that should be about 10-7. Yeah, I'm pretty confident with that. You know what I mean? I think that they're going to be this team that a lot of people are kind of looking over. Because, again, Aaron Rodgers brings a lot of drama and all that kind of stuff. But at this point, they're probably playing the Ravens' backups. I think that they're going to get yet another victory. And I think that they're going to clinch themselves a playoff spots yet again. Mike Tomlin's going to be in the playoffs yet again. Everything's going well for them. What a surprise. Everything just kind of works out the way that they want it to work out. And, hey, I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, 10-7 for Pittsburgh Steelers this year. I know you're shocked. A team that's pretty much middle of the road. I know you're shocked. But that's going to be it for us today. We talked about the Pittsburgh Steelers. We talked about the Detroit Lions. We talked about the Titans. We talked about the Panthers. Let me know who you want to see next. And if you tell me who you want to see next, I will try to do it. I will try to do it quickly. Maybe even tomorrow. We'll see. I got a lot of things. But anyway, I appreciate you so very much. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.